All righty, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Tuesday, February the 8th, 2022. Hope you are all doing well. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you all tuning in here on this game day Tuesday. We got a lot to get into, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Travie, Justin, Brennan M. John R. Wilson, Wesley, Tony Sharp, Luke RJ, what's going on? Appreciate you guys. You're not crazy. You didn't go deaf. There is no music on the intro now due to, guys, again, I got enough on my plate to worry about without worrying about people trying to put down copyright strikes and all that on Facebook. So as of right now, no music. We may add music. I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. It's not like my number one priority right now in regards to what I'm doing. But we may add music, we may not. Either way, the Daily Crow is still here, the same rock and roll and the same exact show that you all know and love. Let's see. Brendan always chiming in. Let me know that we have the wrong mic plugged in. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Brendan. I can always count on you to let me know that, the mic is screwing up. So appreciate you guys. Again, great day to have a day, great Tuesday to have a Tuesday. And hopefully, I think it might, though, the start of the Daily Crow might be an indication of how this entire day and night is going to go, because if you did not know, the Gamecocks are playing the 5th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats at Colonial Life Arena. So we got a packed show, packed day, a lot to get into. Again, I want to hear from you guys. Content is absolutely bleeding out the eyeballs today here on this Tuesday. So again, if there's any other technical issues, you guys let me know what's going on. Yeah, it's crazy when you hear the difference in the mic, when you hear the difference in this and the MacBook mic. How much difference it is, right? Like, it really, there's a reason you pay $500 or $600 for a microphone like this, and you don't settle for the MacBook microphone, if you will. But again, guys, got a lot to get into. I do want to hear from you. Before we do, though, I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is brought to you by our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, are young but experienced and aggressive attorneys, both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. Both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not a line item or a number. You're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. But involved in any type of accident, no matter what it is, the last thing you should be dealing with and worrying about is paperwork. The insurance company, let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368, or, of course, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, that's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, 843-790-3377. So, guys, that's 843-790-3377. Again, guys, I do apologize if it was kind of weird today tuning in with no music. As I told you all not to throw my guy under the bus. I haven't talked to him in forever, so who really gives a damn, I guess. But my guy who made that mix for us, or made it, he told me he made the mix. I thought it was a unique mix that he had made, and we started getting a couple weeks ago these copyright strikes. These like strikes on our Facebook videos of this part of your video is muted, this part of your video is muted. And apparently it was not unique. It was not made. It was literally somebody else's mix. So I got a lot more important things to worry about and things that I want to deal with other than silly, petty copyright deal. And then yesterday, of course, with the Facebook video actually going down, I was like, you know what? For now, we just got to take the audio off. We got to take the music off. So again, I will add more music. It's not priority number one at the moment, but at some point I will add more music. I will add music that will not get us in trouble. So again, I do apologize if you guys didn't get to turn up exactly like you like to coming into the show. Yeah, but either way, we'll get that figured out. We'll get that worked out. So again, you guys just stay tuned. Again, guys, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, Head over to the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel. Be sure that your questions are answered also. Again, guys, we are taking your questions, comments, calls. Very excited to chat with you again, all because, again, it is game day. It is game day for South Carolina. Gamecocks are taking on the Kentucky Wildcats tonight at the CLA. Yours truly has locked in his prediction. I've locked in my prediction. Graphic is on social media. You can see that there. We can talk about it, all that good stuff. PMod, you might be right. Maybe the guys that made that rock with your Gamecock out wouldn't mind if we used it. I don't know. I'd want to get in touch with them first, though. Cody Gaskins, what's going on? Appreciate you. Yeah, if there's any musicians out there who want to write us our own custom intro song, you are more than welcome to do so, my friend. I would love to see that. That would be actually really, really cool. Austin Greer says, Chris, the articles I've been putting out are hotter than Frank Martin's seat. Austin, very well phrased, my friend. I love that. Yeah, I've been doing a great job. Appreciate you, Austin. Daddy Ghost, it's the big blue day. Todd Smith, what's going on? Yeah, so again, we'll jump right into that. Of course, it's game day. South going to take it on Kentucky. And you see behind me, right? It's just a great night to cover because covering the spread would be a victory, in my opinion. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's just get into it. I have picked Kentucky to win the game. Final score 84-63. And, folks, I think it's going to be ugly. I think cover your eyes. It's going to be ugly. I think Kentucky start to finish is going to take you to the woodshed. I don't think you will have an answer. You will have an answer for what Kentucky brings to the table. John Gibbs says that I've got Clemson fans upset. Where, John? When did we even talk about Clemson? Where? John, enlighten me, because I have truly no idea. Austin Greer, is there a chance there's more Kentucky fans there tonight than South Carolina students? Ooh, taking a shot at the old cockpit. I'll tell you what, guys. By the way, I'll tell you this. Big Game Boomer ranked the cockpit one of his top 20 worst student sections for over the weekend. And do I think that was a little bit harsh? Yes, I do. But I will say this. The Rowdy Roosters would never. The cockpit, maybe so. But the Rowdy Roosters, we would never. So can't wait to see all the Rowdy Roosters at baseball season. I'll leave it at that. Again, guys, I do want to hear from you, 843-790-3377. Again, guys, if there's any reason you are feeling optimistic, more optimistic than yours truly, I would love to hear it. I'd love to know why. Because exactly how I felt going in the Tennessee game, that's basically how I feel now, in the sense that I have no optimism. I'm struggling finding reasons to be optimistic. I think the only thing that I guess you can really cling to is this. South Carolina, for whatever reason, is 3-2 against Kentucky since Frank Martin took over. And the Gamecocks have won the last two games against the Cats at CLA. For whatever reason, South Carolina tends to play Kentucky strangely close and even beat them on their home floor. So maybe that's something you can cling to. Maybe that's something where you can draw some optimism going into tonight's game. However, those statistics are fun to look at. They're great to reflect on. And sure, they give you some hope. But those stats don't mean anything going into tonight. You simply don't match up with Kentucky. You're not going to have an answer for Shebway down low. You're not going to have an answer. A guy that averages 15 and 15, you're not going to have an answer. And so while I would love to see this incredible trend continue, I think this is another step along the way in the, for lack of a better way of putting it, Frank Martin farewell tour. I think each loss is another nail in Frank Martin's coffin. And I hate to put it that way, but in regards to his coaching life at the University of South Carolina, each loss gets you closer and closer and closer to making that change. And hey, like I said, something's got to give tonight. Something's got to give. Because on one hand, you've had a lot of success against Kentucky on your home floor. Won the last 2 games at CLA against them. On the other hand, when you look at the scope of this season, you've lost 6 SEC games, and 5 of those 6 have come by double digits. And you enter tonight at plus 11. So something's got to give. What is it going to be? Can South Carolina find some spark on their home floor against a team they've had some success against in Columbia? Or will it be more of the same and the Cats run you out of the gym? Something's got to give at the CLA tonight. Now, with that being said, I tend to think it's going to be Kentucky whooping your ass. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Kentucky top to bottom just better than you. I mean, again, it's not something where I think I've got to like really beat this in you guys' head. I don't think I'm making a hot take by any means when I say Kentucky's a better basketball team than South Carolina. I'm not making a hot take there, right? I'm not. So, you know, I think this is another step in the Frank Martin farewell tour. And, you know, if you listen, if you do, and I don't want this to happen, but if you do lose another game by double digits again, which again, you're an 11-point dog, guys. It's supposed to happen. You lose another game by double digits. There won't be a change midseason. But it's going to become more and more clear that, okay. I think fans are in a grieving process right now. I think Gamecock fans are in a bit of a grieving process. In the sense of, you know, before the season, there was real hope and optimism and support for Frank Martin. And as the season went, I think that hope sort of increased, even with a bad loss to Coastal. That hope sort of increased when you beat teams like Georgetown, and Florida State was a great win, right? That hope sort of increased. But as the season has worn on, it has gone from hope and optimism to anger, to spite, to confusion, to sadness. And now we're getting to the point into acceptance. You continue to lose by double digits. I think fans are moving into, and they're moving closer to the acceptance phase of this grieving process, where it's like, okay, I can accept it's time. I can accept it and move on. For some of us, it's happened quicker than others, but we're all getting to that point with these losses coming by double digits. Again, guys, I'd love to hear from you all. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Keith in the TDC Questions channel of the Big Cock Club Discord says, who do you see starting at first base? Is it the Missouri transfer? Great question, Keith. I said when I previewed first baseman a couple of weeks ago that, yes, Brant Belk's going to be your guy. I will say this. Josiah Seitler's played a lot of first in the scrimmages. So it's going to be one of those two guys. They're interchangeable. Belk can play in the outfield. You know what I mean? So I think the question really just comes down to, do you want Belk in center and Seitler at first, or do you want Belk at first and Seitler in left? Who plays center? Does Thad Ector get a start? Is it Hogan? Is it somebody else? That's going to be the big question. Of course, guys, today, on today's podcast, I broke down the Gamecocks outfielders going into opening day as we sit now just 10 days away, guys, a week and a half. We are a week and a half away from first pitch. Isn't that something? Week and a half. Cannot wait. God, I can't wait. This time, like literally this time next week, we'll be just right around the corner. So, going to be awesome. Going to be a ton of fun. But, of course, we got the game tonight first, and we got 10 days to go to count down. And we still got to break it down, too. Monday of next week, I will lock in my full predictions. I'll give my projected lineups. All these questions like Keith has and a lot of you have, they'll be answered Monday. That's going to be a huge podcast on Monday for sure. Brian Dean said, it's sad to say that men's basketball has become an afterthought. I want to be excited for men's basketball. Eddie Fogler had some good teams. Yeah, and again, Brian, to your point, to exactly what you're saying, how can you argue anything other than changing coaches. How can you? Because that exact sentiment of what you just said, men's basketball has become an afterthought. It's like death, taxes, and this time of year, those type of statements being made. It's a vicious cycle, man. Every single year. Every single year. And you know what's funny? I don't stop and listen to, I was a consumer before I was a producer, right? In regards to the TSUS and the podcast and the content and everything else, right? So what I mean by that is before I did the actual Spurs Up show, right? Before I did it, before I was a producer, I was a consumer. So I listened to 107.5 The Game. I would listen to podcasts. I would consume stuff on social media, all that good stuff, right? So, but when you get into a producing mindset and you're making your own content, obviously, guys, yours truly, like we stay very busy on this end, right? Like I don't have time to sit there and listen to podcasts and tune into the radio and all that good stuff, right? We're doing our own thing. We're creating our own content at scale, as you all see. However, I was in the car yesterday and I cut on 107.5 The Game, right? Just randomly. And those guys, by the way, do a fantastic job. From Heath Klein to Jay Phillips to when Tim Hill was there, to Gunter in the morning, Will Gunter in the morning. They do a fantastic job there. I think they do a great job. Heath Klein was talking in the afternoon yesterday, though. Here's the difference between TSUS and yours truly and everybody else in Columbia media, right? Media, whatever. Heath Klein was on the radio just saying that, I'm not going to be the guy. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said this almost word for word. I'm not going to be the guy calling for Frank Martin's job. I'm not going to be the guy calling for a change because of, he said, when you call for these things to happen, you better make sure it's going to happen because if he comes back next year, they don't take too kindly to you calling for their jobs. That is the difference. That is the difference. That exact thing he said. That's why we don't need credentials here, folks. That's why we don't want them. We don't even want them. Fink can keep them and shove them up his ass, right? We don't need them. We don't want them. No muzzles here. We'll call it like we see it. Something needs to happen. We'll say it, right? Change needs to happen. I don't really give a damn if Frank Martin likes it, dislikes it. He dislikes me. He likes me. I don't give a shit. The truth will not be sugarcoated here. So I just thought that was interesting. I thought that was funny. Listening to Heath Klein, I'm sure others as well, right? It's a different dynamic when you're in the same room with these folks asking these questions and you're sort of at their mercy because your entity, your outlet is depending on you to get a story. We create the story here, folks. We create the story. We don't need a soundbite. We don't need a quote. We don't need to kiss anybody's ass. You see what I'm saying? So, I know it was sort of random, off topic, if you will, but, there's going to be a lot of folks, and I would say everyone else other than us, that's going to sugarcoat it, that's going to say, well, if this happened, no, folks, no. If the shit don't get turned around, it's over. It's over, and it's much closer to over than it is being salvageable. Again, I've got Kentucky whooping your ass tonight. And I'd love to be wrong. Hey, it's happened before. Who knows? It's college basketball, man. Anything can happen. But I just thought that was interesting, again, hearing Heath Klein. And again, all those guys do a great job, but that's the difference. That's the difference. And that's why you literally couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me to take credentials, man. I don't want them. Early, again, I know I'm getting off on a tangent. This is just kind of totally even unrelated to anything, but early on in TSUS and the history of it, when you first start, you want credentials because you feel like it is what's the word I'm looking for? Credentials sort of serve as a validation that, I'm good enough to get these. Like this shows that I'm legit. And then as you continue to grow and continue to grow and continue to evolve and get better, I realized I came to a point, bro, we don't need them. I don't need any validation. I'm getting paid to do it. This ain't a hobby, as the great Kevin Kisner says. This ain't a hobby. We don't need the validation. And then you realize more and more so as you get deeper and deeper involved and you get bigger and bigger and bigger, for lack of a better way of putting it. But you get in this community and you talk to folks and you realize it's a muzzle. It's a muzzle. It's a muzzle, man. So I'll pass. We'll speak the truth here, man. We'll just call it like we see it. Again, it's no ill will. It's no vitriol to anybody, but it's business. You're getting paid millions of dollars to coach basketball, my guy. Listen, I'd love to see you win the next, what do you got? 7 games. Win the next 7 in a row. Love to see it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to see it. So, anyways, I don't know where that came from either. I did not come in this show today with that plan to talk about, but I don't know. That just hearing Heath Klein yesterday, I was like, that would be such a shitty. God, I can't fathom being in that box. I can't fathom not having creative control. I can't fathom having a muzzle on. I can't fathom having to kiss someone's ass. I can't fathom it. And we will never do it here. We will never do it. So, we'll never do it. So, again, hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. Frank Martin with a great opportunity. And I talked about this on the podcast, guys, that dropped this morning. I really feel like this is sort of the last hurrah in the sense of if you're going to get a signature win, if you're going to get a win that even for a second convinces people maybe, just maybe, this dude still got it in him to turn it around, I think it's got to be this one. I don't think there's another game on the schedule that would be a signature win. And I know that's putting just so much pressure on this game, but guys, I mean, you've won 4 games. 3 of the 4 are against Georgia and Vanderbilt, and then a reeling A&M team. And then 5 of your 6 losses have come by double digits, and the only one that wasn't by double digits, you lost by 8. So, I mean, you basically did lose it by double digits. I think your average margin of loss is like 16 points, guys, in SEC games. I mean, that's astonishing. That's astonishing. Key says in the TDC Questions channel, men's basketball sucks. Shut it down and spend the money on football and baseball. I mean, again, it's so funny. People want to dance around it, right? They want to dance around it. And, bro, people scoffed and laughed a couple of weeks ago. And, hey, I'm the easy target, right? You put your opinion on social media like I do. You put as many opinions as I do, as many clips. I put my face out there on social media. People can take shots left and right. So when I said the program was dead in the water, dead. When I said it was dead a few weeks ago, and then we won 3 in a row, hey, folks like my good buddy Jeff O'Hare with Cox by 90 and others, they had some fun at my expense, right? But now what? Now what? Because I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. You had your fun, but I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. And see, I had somebody hit me up this morning. Chris, did you pick us to lose? Did you pick us to lose? And you know what? The big brain worked in some instances early in the season. I'm done with the big brain. You done pissed me off. You've been talking so much shit about my picks. I ain't going to miss another one all year. I ain't missing another one all year long. So, sorry, bro. I picked us to lose by 21 because I think we're going to lose by 21. At least. At least. So, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So be it. I'll eat it, right? I'll eat it. Cool. I'd love to be wrong. But, nope. Nah, you've been talking you've been talking too much shit. You've been talking too much shit. So at this point, I'm going to lock in on my picks. I'm going to get them all right, and I'm going to let you know when I do. I'm going to let you know when I'm right. This ain't a hobby. This ain't a hobby. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, and calls. I mean, what Keith said, by the way, in the TDC Questions channel about shut it down, take the money away, is that obviously an over-exaggeration? Obviously. Obviously it is. But, man, it's frustrating. I mean, to get people to that point, right? To get people to that point, it shows the level of frustration. You know what I mean? So, here we go. Let's jump to the phone lines here. I've been rambling too much. Let's jump to these phone lines.
Robbie Davis, a.k.a.
Robbie, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's a little dreary outside, but I'm doing okay. I think we're going to get our brains beat in tonight. I hate to say it, but I think we're going to get our brains beat in. And I'm going to go ahead and do my prediction before I tell you what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were going to lose. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost this game 85-50.
85-50. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't shock me.
But like you said a few moments ago, for some reason, the only team that sort of kind of in conference play in the last several years that has had Kentucky's number in some way, shape, or form is South Carolina. But I don't think we have the consistent shooters. We certainly don't have the consistent rebounders. We miss free throws like crazy. And we turn the ball over at least 18 to 19 times a game, okay? I don't care how good you are as a team. If you turn the ball over 19 to 18 times a game and they're capitalizing off of those turnovers and scoring, you will get beat.
Yeah, especially against a good team like Kentucky. I mean, we'll flip it real quick. What would you have to do to win tonight? I mean, you got to basically play a perfect game. I think you got to play relentless defense. You have to force Kentucky into mistakes.
Plumb near perfect.
Your shooters have to make every open look, basically. And you've got to muddy up the game. Right. You've got to win the game 64-62. You've got to, play that typical sloppy Frank Martin game. You got to be damn near perfect from the free throw line.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We got to make them sweat. If we can somehow make them sweat and make them like go into the game and start off well and stay that way, Kentucky will probably be like, oh crap, they came to play tonight. We gotta play our A game or we're gonna lose. And I just don't. Just from what I've seen the last several weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us 85-50. So that's my prediction. And it's crazy. Like I told you yesterday. I know a couple days ago. I think it's time for Frank Martin to make his exit, because the way he coaches, it's not working. It was working whenever he got here, but now it's not working. And I think it's time for a coaching change. We need new coaching blood. Someone that wants to be here, genuinely wants to be here and prove that you can win in basketball at South Carolina. Okay? Like the girls team, for instance. Before Don Staley got here, the girls were playing good. They were good. They were winning on a consistent basis. But they weren't playing like this. They weren't beating teams by 20 to 30 to 40 points and absolutely just out-rebounding teams. But they were winning on a consistent basis. And the men's team has not done that. I mean, like you said, we need to muddy up the game, make them play our style of ball, because I think if we can do that and do that from tip to final buzzer, we could shock people but I don't see it happening, to be honest with you, after the way we've been playing the last several weeks.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, my guy. I mean, you're making all the same points. I feel like I've been making. So there's you look at the history of the South Carolina Kentucky series, and it's wild to think the Gamecocks have actually got a 3-2 advantage on the Cats since Frank Martin took over, and you won the last two at home. But I just don't know. I don't know how much those stats really play into this game tonight. I mean, that's all. Hey, that's all fine and dandy and fun for us to talk about. But when that ball's tipped off tonight, that doesn't really mean much of anything.
That don't matter. Once that ball is tipped, that don't matter. Records don't matter. Just go out there, go into your arena, and just play as if you will never play another game of basketball again in your life. That's what I would tell them. You play as if after tonight, you ain't going to play a game again. Because at the snap of your fingers, your college career in any sport or pro sport can end at the snap of a finger. I just want to see us tonight make Kentucky have to beat us. Don't make them literally walk into the gym and then walk out. Make them have to beat us. Make them earn everything. If they're going in for if you have to and someone's fixing the dunk, I'd be like, foul them. I don't care. Make them earn them at the line. I don't care. Make them earn every single rebound, every single assist. Make them earn everything. Make their life a living hell for the next 2 hours. That's exactly what I would say if I was Frank Martin. And I would say this too. If you make their life a living hell for the next 2 hours, regardless of what that scoreboard says, you give me 110%, I'll give you 112% as your coach. You bust your tail for me for 2 hours, I will bust my tail for you to try and make sure that at the end of this game, regardless of the score, I will be proud of you. Because like I've told you before, a lot of these guys don't really, I guess you could say, whenever they're going off to school and they're from another area, they don't really have like a father figure kind of thing. And that's one thing that's the thing that I would do. Like, look, I'd be proud of you. Okay? You give me everything you've got for as long as you're going to be here. I'll give you everything I got for as long as I'm here. I'm going to bust my butt to make sure you are in the right position to succeed in everything that you do here, including school. Not just sports. And our big men tonight have got to basically play a perfect game. Our big men cannot be timid tonight. That's what I noticed the last couple of weeks. Is they have been playing. Our big men have been playing very timid and not playing like a center should. Okay, they need to play like their hair is on fire, and the only way the hair is going to be not going to be on fire is if they bust their tail for the next 2 hours.
Well, Robbie, I'd give you 110%. That's for damn sure. You got me fired up, ready to go. So I don't know about those guys, but you know.
And like I told you before, if I was coaching anywhere, I don't care if it was high school or D2 school, I'd have a mirror right before you go into the floor, and it would say above the mirror, only person standing in your way. And the person they would look at is themselves. I would look at that mirror too, because I'd be coaching them. The only person standing in their way is themselves. If you mess up, that's on you. That's not on anybody else. That's on you. If we somehow play as a cohesive unit, moving as one, playing hard, getting to loose balls, willing to get on the floor and possibly rip a jersey just to get a loose ball, I think we would have a shot at winning, but I don't see it happening.
Well, I think we found our new coach, Coach Robbie Davis. You can. I would honestly at this point, I'll hand it to you. I'll give it to you. We'll give you the program. Give you the keys.
Give me the keys. Just let somebody else drive, because I can't drive.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But just go out there and just make their life a living hell for 2 hours. That's all I would ask of them. Make their life a living hell. I want you to physically abuse them, but not foul them, but physically abuse them to the point to where they're ready to go home. They want to leave. And make them earn everything.
Indeed. We'll see where the chips fall, my guy. We'll see where the chips fall. I don't know, man. Hopefully your words don't fall on deaf ears.
I hope not. But Lon, also, like I said, I'll give you I'll let you know about my baseball predictions before the week is over.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah, I whenever you're ready, my guy. We got 10 days.
I'll let
you're ready.
You know Friday. How about that? I'll have my decision by Friday.
Okay.
Deal?
That works. Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. You have a great rest of your day, okay?
Robbie, I appreciate you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. It's always great to hear from Robbie. What did we learn today? Willing to give Robbie the keys, but somebody else has got to drive because Robbie Davis can't drive. Yeah, Tenderland says, sometimes, Robbie, you're just outmanned. And, I would say the same. You know, sometimes it's not about heart and effort and want to. Sometimes the other man's just better than you are. And so, I mean, who knows? Maybe you get hot tonight. Maybe you play that relentless Frank Martin defense. Maybe you do some things we don't expect. I mean, I guess the good news is this. We won't suffer heartbreak tonight, at least if this season follows the trend, because what the trend tells you is we're either going to win or get our shit kicked in. So it's not like we're going to lose on a buzzer beater, right? I mean, we're either going to win or lose by a lot. So I don't know. I think we'll be able to tell pretty early, but we'll see. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first break, 843-790-3377. Again, I do want to continue to hear from you. It's game day. Your thoughts on the game tonight against Kentucky. Also, we did talk Yardcocks today on the podcast. If you want to talk some baseball, we can as well. But again, whatever you guys want to discuss, we can do it. 843-790-3377. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. I apologize, Brian Lattimore, no music. It'll be fixed soon. I will have a new track to put to the countdown videos, if you will. Again, I do apologize, but yeah, when you got the copyright strikes coming from Facebook and people can't even comment on Facebook because of it, you got to make adjustments, my guy. So, Brian, I do apologize. I'll get you fired up, my dude. I'll get you fired up. But, yeah, just kind of where we are right now. I don't know. What's weird is, again, we have no issues on YouTube. But Facebook, we've had some trouble on Facebook. I really don't know. So, anyways, again, 843-790-3377. In case you missed it, Gamecocks are an 11-point underdog. I've got Kentucky beating South Carolina, final score 84-63. Do not think this will be a very close or competitive game. I think Kentucky, top to bottom, is just better than you. And that's, I don't think that's a bold statement at all. So, yeah, 84-63, I got Kentucky. By the way, guys, also, today's podcast, episode 594, we talked Gamecocks Outfielders on the show, broke them down. I gave them an overall grade, by the way, of an A-. I feel really good about the Outfielders. You return a lot of production. You add production. But Andrew Eister's the guy. Eister's a dude. It's crazy how criminally underrated he is. We're talking about a guy that hit 300 in SEC play last year. And I don't know why he doesn't get more recognition. I don't know if it's just because, Eister's not a flashy guy. He's not a guy you look at and, it's just nothing really, I guess, jumps out. Nothing, isn't a vocal dude. Just handles his business. Just shows up to the ballpark, handles his business, takes care of it. No big deal, ho-hum. But I think that's something that makes him such a great player. I've talked a lot about him being a glue guy, and I'll keep saying it. I think he's a glue guy for this season, for this ball club. If South Carolina is going to have a big year, if South Carolina is going to reach their goals and expectations, Andrew Eister, I think, is a guy that really needs to have a big year for South Carolina. And again, he was your leading hitter last year at 279, 11 home runs for you, right? Really, really good piece in the middle of that lineup. But I think he could be even better. I think he could be a 300 overall hitter. I think adding guys like Belk and Madden and others to protect him, to help him out, I think will certainly help his game. So I think Andrew Eister, him not being mentioned on any sort of all-conference teams, no all-American teams, I think that could change in the postseason. I think that could change after the season. You look back and see him being an all-conference type of guy. I think he's criminally underrated. So I'm expecting big things from Andrew Eister. I think he's poised for a very big year in Garnet and Black. And like I said, guys, I really do believe that if South Carolina is going to reach their goals, going to advance in the postseason, have the type of year that we all want them to have, I believe that Andrew Eister needs to be a glue guy. He needs to be a big part of that. He will be a big part of that. And again, not just on the field, but off the field, being a leader in the clubhouse as well. I'm really excited for what Andrew Eister's got in store for this season. Luke RJ, doesn't he lead off and have good games against Clemson, or didn't he lead off? He didn't lead off in those games, but he had the walk-off, the back-to-back walk-offs in those games against Clemson. So here's the funny thing. Eister could never get a hit ever again. He's going to be a legend forever, right? I mean, just because of what he did against Clemson. So, but no, I think he's definitely he's primed for a big year, I believe. Travis Allen says, does Stone Blanton come in as a two-sport athlete? Yes, he will play both. Yeah, Stone Blanton will not be here until the fall, but he will play both, yes. Rhett Godbold says, is Frank Martin's style of coaching out of date? Has college basketball passed Frank Martin by? Well, I mean, listen, that was the big question before the season, Rhett. That was the big question before the season. Because, of course, the lead storyline was his job security, was the future of South Carolina basketball under Frank Martin. The question coming into the season, I said this many times, the question coming in was never, is Frank Martin a good basketball coach? The question never was, does Frank Martin know the game of basketball? Obviously, he does. You don't go to a Final Four if you're not a good basketball coach. You don't do it for as long as he has if you're not a good basketball coach. The question was, does his style still work? The question was, not only can he just get players to come here, but the players that he gets to come here, can they flourish under his style of coaching? Can they flourish in his system? That's been the question all along. It's not, is Frank Martin a good basketball coach? The question's been, has the game passed him by? Is his style out of date? And as the season continues to go, I think the answer becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. Old school coach in a new school game. So, I don't dislike Frank Martin. But here's the thing, and you can say, well, it's the athletes today. The athletes, they're snowflakes. They're soft. That's all fine and dandy. You're entitled to your opinion. But if you can't coach today's athlete, if you can't recruit today's athlete, if you can't develop today's athlete, then you can't coach today's game. And so Frank Martin himself can kick and scream and bitch and moan about kids and the way they're raised and this generation of player. If you can't evolve, if you can't change, you can't coach. Sorry, game's passed you by. This isn't 2000 anymore. This isn't 2010 anymore. This is 2022. I mean, guys, there's a reason why there's mass exoduses every single year. Because I think guys get on campus and like, I can't play for this man. I cannot play good basketball for this man. Some guys don't respond to that, man. Some guys don't respond to a mean cuss in their ear every time they screw up. I mean, the antics from Frank are great when you're winning, man. They're fun. Oh, there's Frank being Frank again. We love how fired up he gets. Love how mad he gets. But when you're losing, them antics ain't so fun no more. Those antics aren't so funny anymore, right? And then when you hear your head coach, as Frank Martin said after the game on Saturday, saying, well, I don't know how to get through to him. I don't know what to say. I'm having to tell the same guys the same things over and over. That's a bad sign, folks. That's a bad sign. That's a very bad sign. So, I mean, again, got 7 more to go. I think you're probably looking at winning 3 more maximum, in my opinion. Which should not be enough to keep him around. Put it that way. Again, either way, 843-790-3377. I do want to hear from you. Devontae Holloman, I did see stepping down as the South Point head coach. Interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why that's the case. I honestly have no idea. No clue why that's the case. Let's see. Okay. Again, guys, if you're in the TDC Questions channel, head over to, if you're in the Big Cock Club, head over to the TDC Questions channel in our Discord. Make sure your questions are answered. Breaking 70 says, fire Frank, John Kruger Frank. Well, and I'm sure, by the way, breaking to what you just said, I'm sure that, you lose tonight and social media will just be a shit show yet again, because there are some that are holding on for dear life. I mean, there are. And God bless them. I respect them. There are some that are just holding on to Frank Martin for dear life. There are some that just they want to see it work out more than, I mean, and we all do, right? We all do. We all want to see it work out. But, I just, continuing to cite the history or lack there with the program, I don't want to hear it anymore, man. I don't want to hear it anymore. Same old story, my guy. Same old story. Anyways, want to hear from you. Luke, RJ, Beamer could be hiring Devontae. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know idea. Travie, do you think if Frank was at a Blue Blood, he wins? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, listen, there are certainly challenges to win here. I mean, there's no question. It's hard to win here. It's hard to win here. It's very hard to win here. There's no doubt. Nobody's denying that. Nobody's denying that. Like I said, guys, I don't really have the answers when it comes to men's basketball. I'm not even saying that, you fire Frank and you solve all your problems. I'm not saying like the next coach is going to come in and win a national championship. That's not what I'm saying. But for the sake of the program and the health and the excitement of the fan base, you got to do something. I mean, you just have to. You got to do something. Because if you do nothing, it's guaranteed that nothing will happen. Right? If you do nothing, it's guaranteed nothing will happen. But if you do something, maybe something happens. I don't know. It's no guarantee. Maybe something will. But if you do nothing, nothing will happen. So. Keith says in the TDC Questions channel, do you think a good coach from a small school has a better chance here? I don't know. I mean, I think you need to go, Keith. I think you need to go find like your Beamer for basketball. Young guy, energetic, is going to interact with the fan. Like all that, listen, all that feel-good stuff Beamer's been doing, to the old heads out there, it may seem corny and over the top, but you kind of have to do that now, man. Like you got to use, for example, social media to your advantage. You got to give people warm and fuzzy feelings. It's part of it, man. I know I know at times it's over the top. It feels very over the top at times. It feels very over the top. But it's just part of it, man. It's part of it. So if you can find a guy that can, again, provide those warm and fuzzy feelings, if you can find a guy that can provide those warm and fuzzy feelings, that's kind of, your basketball fan base needs a hug. I mean, we really do. Needs a hug. Just like football did. When Muschamp, remember that? When Muschamp was the coach, and you're just thinking to yourself, God, we just need a hug, man. We just need somebody to tell us it's okay. Anyways, don't really want to spend the entire show, guys, beating a dead horse. We understand what's at stake. Again, the game tonight, Gamecocks taking on Kentucky, 5th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats. Yours truly, I'll be in the building. I'd love to see an upset, man. It'd be incredible. It's college basketball. Anything can happen. Top 5 team. Anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. I'm not saying it will, but who knows, right? I'm just a dude with a podcast. Who knows? I'm not playing the game. Game's not played on a podcast, nor on paper, nor in a sports book. It's played on the court. So we will see. But yeah, I mean, again, it's the beautiful thing about this situation, guys, at least in my opinion, is it is black and white. There's no gray area. You either make the tournament and he returns, or you don't, and there's a change. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation. End of story. That's it. So, I mean, I'll see LA tonight and be hoping for the best, and we'll just go from there. So, like I said, guys, 10 days away from opening day. Also, a couple quick reminders, of course. Podcast did drop this morning. Go check that out. But we'll be live at 10 Rue tomorrow night. New start time, in case you missed that. 6 to 8, we'll be live out at 10 Rue. 6 to 8, we'll be live. taking your questions, drinking beers, having a good old time. Going to be a lot of fun. Also, we'll be out at Founders Park tomorrow for the scrimmage before that. So, going to be a packed Wednesday, of course. Thursday, the women play on the road. And then, of course, this weekend, guys, we're at Carolina Ale House in Augusta, Georgia for our watch party, watching the Gamecocks take on the Georgia Bulldogs. So, going to be a ton of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see it. Really looking forward to it. So, you guys come on out. At least that's a game we might actually win. We might beat Georgia. I think Tom Crean's probably the next one to go. So, Reagan Green says, I'll be drinking a vodka Red Bull and pulling for the upset. Attaboy. Very nice. I'll probably be having a cold beer in the stands tonight. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back to CLA. Obviously, I missed the last game and whatever, but I am, believe it or not, I am looking forward to getting back to CLA and, cheering on the guys. And, maybe we can get hot, whatever. But I don't know how you're going to answer Kentucky. I don't know how you're going to answer what they're going to throw at you. I don't know how you're going to answer, I don't know. I really don't. Let's see. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Tommy Wallace asks, who will be the first pitcher out of the bullpen when needed? Also, who will be our number one closer? That's a great question, Tommy. It's crazy. We sit 10 days from opening day, and I'm not sure I have a concrete answer for you. I don't have a concrete answer for you. First pitcher out of the bullpen, I would say Cade Austin has really made a case for that. I think Noah Hall's a great option for that. Matthew Becker. I'll say first out of the pen, and it depends on the situation. I would say either Cade Austin or Noah Hall, though. Cade Austin or Noah Hall. I think one of those two guys. Luke RJ says, how many games do you think we could possibly win? Georgia, Ole Miss, and there was one more team near the bottom of the standings. Mizzou, maybe? Was it Mizzou? I think I think 2 to 3 max, Luke RJ. I think 2 to 3 max. I think 2 to 3 max. So Keith says, are you going live for away baseball games this year? I'm assuming you're asking, Keith, about the live stream watch-alongs. I don't know. We're doing our watch parties and stuff with Carolina Ale House. So I think for at minimum a couple road series, we're going to actually have watch parties for those. So, the live stream watch-alongs were cool. I liked them. Don't get me wrong. I really did. It was very cool how many people tuned into those, really. I mean, that was fun. That was very fun. That was very fun seeing everybody tuned into those. So is it possible? Sure, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But I don't know. We'll see. Again, a lot of it's just going to depend on the watch parties and stuff we're doing with Carolina Ale House. Travis says, it's weird to me we weren't down by Tennessee at that much at all at the half, but they hit a few shots in the second, then it snowballed. Yeah. One thing leads to another, man. It happens quickly, Travis. It happens quickly in basketball. By the way, going back to Tommy Wallace's question, who will be the number one closer? Who will be our number one closer? That's another great question, my guy. Is it Braswell, maybe? I mean, is it could Hall be a closer for you? I mean, again, that's the biggest question. Who are the guys out of the bullpen? Who are the guys out of the bullpen? That's the biggest question to me for this team. Who are your guys? Who are the guys on a Friday night in the SEC you hand the ball over to and you trust they're going to go shut down the game? I still don't know that I really know. I mean, I think Becker is an option. I think, you got a couple of these other JUCO guys, these new guys, but, you got veterans like John Gilreath and Wesley Sweat and Cam Tringali and Parker Coyne. Can they finally be like real big-time contributors for you? Somebody's just going to have to step up, man. Somebody's going to have to step up. So, Brad Overstreet says, losing conference games by an average of between 16 to 17 points is plainly and simply uncompetitive basketball. I don't see something like that getting corrected in half a season. Time to hit refresh. I hear you. Trust me, I hear you. Don't disagree at all. So, and I had it's funny, man. I had a couple of dudes getting all worked up after we lost the Tennessee game. And I'll tell you this, man. You poke at me on Twitter, I might just get in the mood to poke back at you, my guy. I might get in the mood to poke back at you. People love to chirp me whenever my predictions are wrong, and when we win games, people chirp. So when we lose, I might chirp you back. I don't know. So I mean, I've been doing this thing for a little bit now. If you haven't learned by now, I don't, bro. I will literally body you at any given moment on social media. So I don't do it a ton anymore, but every now and then, Twitter ain't all that serious. Like to ruffle people's feathers just a little bit. But hey, we're all pulling for the same thing, man. We all want to see the Gamecocks win. We all want to see Frank Martin have success. We all want to see us beat Kentucky. It's fun to beat Kentucky. I was there the last time we did at CLA. I was at the end, and we actually just posted the video, by the way, on social media. We just posted the video of the Kentucky buzzer beater from 2 years ago. What a night that was, by the way. What a night that was. Just posted that video. Fantastic times. Always fun to beat them. And again, we've had really weird success against them. But I just don't know how much that really means going into tonight. So, Luke RJ, do you follow all the baseball recruits? I hear the classes that Kingston brings in are ranked really high. Yeah, Luke, no, we're recruiting well. I don't know where. I've heard some folks say that we're not recruiting well anymore. I'm like, what are you looking at? I just, what are you looking at? So, it's harder to follow baseball recruiting, honestly. It's not the easiest thing in the world to follow baseball recruiting. But, yeah, we still recruit at a high level, my guy. We still recruit at a very high level. So, let's see. Keith says in the TDC Questions channel, Frank needs to man up and leave like Spurrier. I don't think that would ever happen, man. Frank's a competitor. He would never do that. Never. He would never. Here's the thing. If he was going to leave, it would have been after last year. And here's the funny thing. I even said that last year, like last summer after the season. I even said that when I said, if you're Frank Martin and excuse me, what the expectations are coming into this season that we're in now. It's going to be tournament or bust. It is. Why would you even come back? And I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that, and you to sit here and say that. You're right. We're not Frank Martin. We're not the ones coaching and competing and all that. But, I just, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, my guy. And I just feel like if Frank Martin would have really looked at the situation, said, you know what? This is kind of a no-win situation for me. Just kind of a no-win situation. Yep, I'm sort of in a no-win situation, because that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. That he is in a no-win situation, or was coming in. Brand new roster, brand new group of dudes. I mean, was it really realistic to think we were going to make the tournament? I mean, again, I picked us to go 6-12 in SEC play before the year. 6-12. And the bad part is we just might hit it. We just might hit 6-12. Travis Allen, if Frank Martin isn't let go after the year is over, where does this leave Ray Tanner? What do you mean, Travis? I mean, what can we do? What can we do? First off, I don't think Ray is going to be here much longer, to be totally honest with you. I don't think he is. From things I've heard, I think he's getting much, much closer to retirement. I think he's getting much, much closer to walking away. Just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but from things I've heard, there's enough smoke, I think, to where I think we're getting closer to the end of the Tanner era as a AD. But I mean, again, if Frank Martin's not let go, let me put it to you this way: if Frank Martin is not let go after this year and you don't make the tournament, it would have been like keeping Muschamp after 2020. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the mood around Gamecocks football if Will Muschamp would have gotten another year? And there were some that wanted to give it to him. But can you even imagine what the energy would have been like? I mean, nothing. Nobody would have been fired up. Nobody would have been excited. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I will be at CLA tonight. We'll be at CLA tonight, cheering on the boys, hoping for the best. So there's Ritter. I feel like Ritter hadn't commented in a while. There's old Panic Ritter. Is there anything else going? The basketball game's almost depressing. Is there anything else going on? I mean, again, I'm excited to get to the arena. I'm excited to see some great Gamecock fans. If you're there, say what's up. Yeah. Travie, on another note, I sure hope our run defense improves drastically. Yeah, I agree. Yep, they got to get better. Got to get better for sure. Got to get better. Run defense has got to be better, my guy. Run defense has got to be better. So. Also, guys, I would say this. Stay tuned for some big announcements upcoming. I'm actually going to meet with the Carolina Ale House folks today, right after the Daily Crow. And so we got some big things in the works. We got some very big things in the works in regards to not just watch parties, but tailgates, giveaways, all that good stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Going to be really awesome. Again, I'll let you guys know exactly when we lock things in. I'll let you know what the deal is. So CJ Curry, what's up, my guy? Ben Risco says, what are your thoughts on who should fill Shaw's position? If not a couple names in mind, what attributes should Shane look for? I mean, Ben, it's a director of player development. You just get somebody in there who's going to be a positive addition, somebody who's going to be a positive impact on our players. If it's a former player, I think that's great. I think if it was a former player, I think that'd be a great decision. I think that'd be a great move. I can't sit here and tell you I know exactly what Shaw's position did. I mean, does anybody know? So I don't have a short list. But, I think finding a former player would be pretty cool. So, yeah. Anyways, Keith says in the TDC Questions channel, does Frank have a buyout in his contract? Maybe that's why we keep him. I have no idea. I don't know exactly what the buyout is. Let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Justin, what's up, man? How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you asking. What's going on?
Hey, Chris. I was listening to Frank Martin the other day. They said, why you team don't even play hard, And he said, how do you fix it, He said, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it as well, my guy. I don't know either. That's the bad part. So we're all just sitting here confused, wondering what to do next.
Yep, because I don't know what Frank might have nothing left to fix. I mean, look, y'all lost the fan base. What more do you want? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's people talk about what do you need to do to pack the arena and get people invested and and fired up. I think the only thing, or I'll tell you this, the thing that never fails is winning. Winning will do that. Winning will do that, my guy. So win some games, win a game like this game tonight. It certainly would help. But, yeah, outside of winning, man, unless you change coaches, I don't really know what else is going to get people fired up and excited for what's going on within your basketball program.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. And Chris, it's Chris. The soccer pull upset without Chase wasting everybody's mind. How hard died, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think it's going to be obviously a really tough challenge tonight, man. And there's a reason you're an 11-point underdog, but you never know. And that's why they play. College basketball is a crazy game. And, maybe just maybe you can pull off some magic. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris, before I got here, man. Hey, Chris, what are your thoughts about, about soccer? You got to go to Georgia. Who knows who you're going to get for Georgia, you know?
In regards to the game Saturday you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like that's one you should win, right? You've already beat them. I guess the scary thing for me is, like, you were down big with, 10 minutes left, and you came back and found a way to win. But, yeah, that's certainly one you'd think you should win. So, I don't know, man. I'm worried about the Kentucky game tonight, but certainly that game Saturday. I mean, it's, you need to beat Georgia. They're one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the SEC. So certainly need to take advantage.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris, you got to look at Ole Miss too, because you got to go at Ole Miss this year, the place you're not having success lately,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 It's going to be an interesting finish the rest of the way out, man. I was actually going to say that we ran a poll yesterday of how many games will South going to win? How many more games will Gamecocks men's basketball win the rest of this season? And there were 549 votes, and leading the way was 2. 34.6% of people said 2. 30% said 3. 18% said 1 or less. And 16% said 4 or more. So I tend to think 2, maybe 3 more wins. And you look at like Georgia, Ole Miss, and Mizzou would probably be your 3 best chances. But yeah, I think a 3. What would that be? A 3-4 finish? Yeah, I think a 3-4 finish the rest of the way out is probably the best case scenario. I really do.
Oh yeah, you gotta look at LSU because we don't know what we're not supposed to go at LSU right now in basketball.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, though. Again, we're talking 3 and 4. I mean, that's if you win the games you're actually supposed to. That's if you win the games you're supposed to. So.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey Chris, you gotta go to Augusta this week, huh?
I'm excited to go. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to do it. I suggested it. So no, I'm excited to do it. And that we haven't been to that location yet. And obviously, I got a lot of friends and family down there because that's where I'm from, North Augusta. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah, hey Chris, I wish you luck, man.
I appreciate it, Justin. Hey, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, my friend.
Yeah, and Chris, be careful with the Georgia Bulldog fans down there.
Yeah, no. Well, they're terrible at basketball, so I think we'll be all right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Chris, all right, said, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, Justin. Have a great rest of your day, man. Take care. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, we are going to jump into a quick break here. Going to jump into a quick break, but I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more here on this beautiful Tuesday. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, what's up, guys? We are back. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, comments, calls. Scott Dean says the only way that South going to win tonight is if Michael Jordan suits up. I love my Gamecocks, but Kentucky is too deep. Indeed. Chris Cox says the SEC is pretty tough in basketball, too. Chris, don't give a damn. Just go win. Brendan M says, time physical chemistry. Got the daily grind for the exam Thursday afternoon. Do the damn thing, Brendan. We're all pulling for you. By the way, Keith, I wanted to update Keith. TDC merch. Going to try to have that done by tonight. So it will literally take me 2 seconds, Keith. I just haven't stopped to do it, but I'm getting that made. So if anybody's ever been interested in the Daily Crow merch, I'll be getting that made. I mean, I'll be rocking it myself probably because I think it'd be pretty cool to put that on a hat, shirt, whatever. Stickers especially I think will be really cool. But yeah, I will get that merch made tonight. So again, do want to hear from you guys. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, and your calls. Let's see. Perfect Game USA dropping some all-conference teams. Have they dropped? I'm sure they've already dropped their SEC team. I would have to imagine. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think, yeah, they did. They definitely did. Again, guys, just 10 days away from opening day. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. Guys, we've been rocking and rolling with articles on the website as well. Merchandise is booming. Everything, man. It's feels good to be good. Feels good to be good. And again, I appreciate you all, man. I really do. I can't say it enough. So grateful for you guys' love and support, man, and rocking and rolling with the merch and everything we do and the contents and you know, really do appreciate that, man. Seriously, thank you guys. Without you guys, TSUS wouldn't be what it is and what it's becoming. And, you know, we're making big moves in 2022, and we're really still just getting started. And, you know, I thank you all again sincerely, man. I thank you all sincerely. It's been a hell of a ride, and, you know, really looking forward to continuing it. So, really great stuff, man. But either way, excited for the game tonight. Excited to get back into CLA, no matter the result. I am excited to go watch the game. Going to be a ton of fun, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So let's see. Questions, guys. Questions, comments. I think this goes to show you how dead our basketball program is because everybody's sort of quiet right now. Everybody's quiet. What is there to say, right? What is there really to say? What is there to say? Again, guys, we can talk Yardcocks as well. We did talk Gamecocks Outfielders on the podcast at episode 594, so definitely go check that out. Thursday show, we'll wrap it up. The position unit preview series, we'll wrap that up, and we will talk South Carolina catchers going into this season. So really, really excited, man. Really excited to get into next week, obviously, with opening day on that Friday. And Monday, we'll be talking predictions, and I'll give my projected lineup. And, it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be great. Again, content bleeding out the eyeballs. And, you know, unfortunately, I know many of us are just ready for the season to end, ready for the season to get over. And as far as basketball, and unfortunately, when you're losing games by double digits the way you are, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So, Travis Lee says rumor Holloman to Columbia. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see it. I mean, obviously Devontae Holloman, one of the all-time greats, man. Would love to see him back in garnet and black in some capacity, but I really don't know, Travis. I really don't know. Travis is the guy that still stomp on the floor at basketball games, the notorious foot stomper. I have no idea. Are you talking? You're not talking about Gamecock Jesus, are you? You're not talking about Gamecock Jesus. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest with you, my guy. No idea. No idea. Luke RJ says, I understand you're not a fan of message boards, but it's not all rumors on there. Those people share their opinions on everything like you do without a muzzle. They don't care and will share opinions. Luke RJ, I never said I wasn't like that I dislike message boards. I've just never really been a message board guy. Yeah, I mean, I don't like have some vendetta against message boards. I mean, you want to go to a message board, that's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, you're you know, I would never judge a person for being on a message board. I got buddies that are on the message boards. I mean, it doesn't bother me if somebody wants to be on the message board. I've never been a message board guy. I'm not. I don't know. I never have. I don't know, Luke. I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I know there's banter there as well for sure. It's a place for Gamecock fans to have a community and to banter and to argue and to do whatever. So. Yeah, Travi, Gamecock Jesus, yes, he's still at every single game. Yes, Gamecock Jesus is there, loud and proud at every single game. And here's the hope and cheers that will not be changing anytime soon because he is a fantastic part of the experience. He's a fantastic part of the basketball games. And, yeah, so love seeing him out there. Love seeing him out there. Let's see, D1Baseball.com dropping their top 50 shortstops heading into 2022. And, of course, when you have a true freshman, I don't think you're going to see him on the list because Michael Braswell is going to be your shortstop. And, of course, he's not on that list. Yeah, so. Anyways, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Twan Love Kick says, we'll get boat race tonight. And then he also says, I strongly feel like Frank will be our coach next year. Twan Love Kicks, why do you say that? I'm just curious. What makes you say that? What makes you say that? Again, I'm just genuinely curious. Twan Love Kick says he thinks Frank will return and be our coach next year. What is the thought process in regards to that? What is the thought process? I mean, it could happen. It could happen. It certainly could. It certainly could. Let's see. Luke RJ says probably the G.G. Jackson kid. What do you mean, Luke? You're saying if we get him or what? I will say I over-exaggerate sometimes. But I will be transparent and blunt and honest. It will, if Frank Martin returns as coach, let me put it this way. If Frank Martin returns, am I going to raise hell? And, I've even had people clamor for Chris, you need to print some Fire Frank Martin t-shirts. I'm like, dude, I don't want to take it to that level, right? I don't want to take it to that level. I don't want to take it to that level. But if Frank Martin returns as coach next year after missing the postseason yet again, if he returns, I'm never going to be, I pride myself on being well-rounded. I pride myself on covering all the sports. Some people are just football, or it's very obvious they're primarily football, right? And the other sports are just sort of there. So I don't want to be a one-trick pony, but I tell you what, man, if Frank returns, I mean, it's going to be so hard to get fired up for basketball. I mean, it just is. I mean, it just really is, guys. It just really is. Because I'm someone, I make content and do everything with passion. I do it with passion. That's what separates TSUS from everybody else. One of the things that separates TSUS from everybody else is the passion we get to inject in the content that we create. It's just going to be so hard to have that passion. It is. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. You know, because it's tough because it's like, again, we don't dislike Frank Martin. Nobody dislikes Frank Martin as a human being. Everybody, I think, is mostly just appreciative of Frank Martin for what he's done for Gamecocks basketball and elevating the level of expectations even. But, you know, it's in regards to having hope for the future of your program. And, you know, I mean, just the fact, guys, that we've spent this entire show today, just bitching and moaning and being almost damn depressed about the state of the program. You know, thank God we only got 10 more days of this. Then we get to start talking baseball. And that's, you know, if things continue to go south, guys, that's where I'll spend the majority of the time on the Daily Crow. And again, we can talk about whatever you guys want, by the way. We can. But again, I'm not someone who wants to just, oh, well, let's just ignore basketball or let's ignore this sport or that sport because we're not doing well. You know, we're fans no matter what, through thick and thin. We're fans whether we're winning every game or losing every game. It's one of the things that make Gamecocks fans so great. But we all just want to have hope. Hope isn't a strategy, but without hope, you have nothing. Without hope, you have nothing. So I just, where does the hope come from? Where does your hope come from, you know? Where does it come from? So, hey, maybe something crazy happens tonight, man. Maybe it does. You never know. To hell with my predictions. To hell with whatever. Maybe something crazy happens tonight and you, you know, and you, I don't know, you find a way. Let's see. Gamecock Fanatic says, what's most likely the 3 weekend starters for baseball? I would say most likely right-handed pitcher Will Sanders, left-handed pitcher Julian Bosnick, and right-handed pitcher James Hicks. I think that's probably your starting rotation. That's all signs are pointing to those 3 guys. Certainly Sanders, Bosnick are locks. Those are locks. Who's the Sunday guy? Again, I think Hicks has got the leg up right now. Keith says in the TDC Questions channel, I don't know why people say Frank needs to make the tournament when he's only made it 5 times his whole career. You knew what you were getting when you hired him. I don't know, Keith, because at some point you got to raise the level of expectations and you just got to, I mean, because here, let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you this, actually. Let me pose this question. And I'm asking this sincerely. Take the Gamecock logo off of it, okay? Take the Gamecocks out of it. Take that emotion out of it. Think about being a college basketball fan, a fan of a college basketball team. If your goal is not to make the tournament, okay? If it's not to make the tournament, can I ask you a question? Like, what is the goal? What is it? Is it to make the NIT? Is it to win the SEC? I mean, is it like, what is the goal? Because again, I feel like the entire point of the season is March Madness. That's the entire point. Like, what other goals could you have? I mean, I guess if you're a Gamecock, beat Clemson, but like, what other goals could you have? You know, basketball is not like football where it's like you got bowl games just for, you know, winning a certain amount of games. Basketball, it's either you make the tournament, you make the NIT, or you don't make anything. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm genuinely asking, because maybe I'm confused. Like, for teams that don't go to the tournament every year, or don't go very often at all, or don't go at all, like, what are they playing for? What is the goal? What is the expectation? And again, I'm genuinely posing this question to the masses. So anyone who wants to call in, anyone who wants to comment, anyone who wants to chime in, you're more than welcome. I encourage it. Because I don't know. Maybe I'm off base with how I operate and the expectations that I put on South Carolina basketball. Because I don't know what the expectation should be then. I don't know what the goals should be. I don't know what the goals should be. Luke RJ says, what I mean is I really think some people think if we want that highly ranked recruit in basketball, then we have to keep Frank because he likes him as the coach, and some people like that idea maybe. I guess, Luke, I guess one recruit's going to turn it all around, my guy. I guess one recruit's going to turn it all around. And, I mean, you know. But, again, I'm waiting on somebody to answer that question. And I guess it's not an easy question to answer. But, again, I just ask. I mean, if you're not – if you're gonna say like Courtney, for example, when Courtney said, well, it's unfair to expect us to make the tournament because we've only made 9 NCAA tournaments in our history. Okay. So take the tournament off the table. Let's just say it's not even an option anymore. What should the goals, what should the expectations, what should the standards be on a year-in, year-out basis for South Carolina basketball if you just take away the tournament? What else is there? What's the goal? Again, I want to hear from you all. What is the goal? What is the expectation? I guess, I will say that the years you won the NIT back-to-back, those were cool. I thought those were cool. So, I really thought those were cool. I thought those were really fun times to be a Gamecock fan, no doubt. Those were very fun times. Those were fun teams to watch. But, I mean, again, it's just, I guess, and again, I feel for Frank Martin. I do. I feel for Frank Martin because he's done a lot of great things in Columbia. He's raised, I think, the level of expectation when it comes to basketball. He took this team, he took this program to unprecedented heights, to a Final Four, right? But, again, you're just solely judged on tournaments and how many you go to. And when you go to one in a decade, I just – and Travis says outside of the tournament, just having a winning record. But it's hard to get so happy about that. I mean, Travis, just think about that, man. Your expectation is just have a winning record. Well, no shit, we should have a winning record. We play a non-conference schedule. You know what I mean? Like, we should have a winning record every year. I mean, hell, we went like 11-2 in the non-conference. I surely would hope we'd have a winning record. So that's the challenge, man. That's what's tough for, again, Frank Martin and others is just, you're judged solely on making an NCAA tournament. You are. But to argue, to push back on that, though, it's not like 4 teams get in like the playoff. It's not like 10 teams. Bro, 68 teams make it. So it isn't like you got to win every game. I mean, you don't have to be an elite team to go to the tournament. You don't have to be an elite team, Anyways, I don't know if people think I enjoy the picking and the prodding but all we can do, guys, is talk about the product on the floor. That's all we can do. I mean, that's all I can do. That's all we can do. People used to ask me all the time or say, when Will Muschamp was the coach after the UNC game, you're so negative. Your content's so negative. You're so toxic. Why are you so negative? And guys, we weren't being negative. But your content and everything else improves as your subject matter improves. And so when you're going 3-9, when you're going 2-8, how can the content be positive? How can it? When your basketball program is getting blown out in their losses in SEC play, I mean, and you're an 11-point underdog. I mean, how can you, I'm not going to spend 2 hours painting a picture of sunshine and rainbows and something that's not realistic, and just not going to do it. I mean, we are at the mercy of the subject matter. Guys, I'd love for us to be undefeated right now. I can assure you that would help business a lot more than what we're seeing on the floor right now. It would help business much more. But that's not the reality. That's not where we are, right? That's not where we are. So, I mean, I really do hate to spend the entire show just basically beating a dead horse, but we don't. I mean, what else are we supposed to talk about when it comes to our program? What else are we supposed to talk about? So Keith says, why wouldn't your expectations to be in the top 68 teams at the end of the year? Keith, I agree. Listen, I agree. Luke RJ, in all honesty, probably the goal at South Carolina for basketball is at least 20 wins every year. Well, Luke, we're not even going to come close to that then, my guy. We're at, 13 right now? And we only got 7 to play. So, good luck. 843-790-337. Tell me, guys, it's 843-790-337. Tell me one final break here on this Tuesday, guys, but I want to continue to hear from you, more your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 10 minutes to go here on this Tuesday, February the 8th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, comments, calls in the final 10 minutes here on the Daily Crow. Just posted a stat on Twitter. And in case you missed it, you didn't listen to the pod, whatever, or you haven't paid attention to Kentucky basketball, Oscar Shebway is a name that you need to keep an eye on, and you will hear his name probably a lot tonight. The big man from Kentucky is averaging 15.8 points per game. Here's the crazy part. He's averaging 15.8 points per game, but he's also averaging 15.2 rebounds per game. So, how does Sal going to stop him? I mean, what type of answer? I mean, how do you even limit him? Not stop him, but limit him. How do you even limit the guy? Chris Cox says, does Frank's contract give him bonuses per conference tournament wins and big dance? It's like SEC tournament time. Just count us one and done. I don't know, Chris. I can't, I can't say that I can speak on Frank Martin's contract with a whole lot of certainty or a whole lot of knowledge, to be honest with you. So I'm not 110% sure. I would assume, I would definitely imagine there's incentives for if they make the tournament, no doubt. Let's see. Again, guys, 843-790-33. Somebody said pray. Somebody on Twitter just said pray. Travis says that the good old boy box the dude out, or at least try your ass off. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to try, my guy. We're going to have to try, no doubt. We're going to have to try. But those numbers, are just crazy. Those numbers are crazy, man. 15.8 and 15.2. I mean, that's I don't know who it is, whether it's Josh Gray, Woodley, Minot, Levesque. I mean, I don't know who it's going to be, man. You got to find some sort of answer. You got to find some sort of answer. I don't know what that answer is, but you got to find some sort of answer. So let's see. Spam calls here on a Tuesday. And I will say this. If you are trying to call in and troll, we're not going to answer a no-caller ID, man. If you're not brave enough to put your number on it, I got nothing for you, my guy. Got nothing for you. Keith says, ask Dawn Staley to loan you Aaliyah Boston. She's better than anything we have in the middle. Why not? Yeah, let's get Aaliyah Boston to play. Let's see. Again, guys, just a couple minutes to go here on this Tuesday. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377.
Call from
Robbie Davis.
Right. Don't impersonate the great Robbie Davis. Come on. Be better than that. Not Robbie Davis. Leave Robbie Davis out of it. Leave Robbie Davis out of it, my guy. Leave Robbie Davis out of it. Let's see. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, Aaliyah Boston. Is Aaliyah Boston available? Why not? Why not? Anyways, guys, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 594. Full breakdown of the game tonight, as well as Shortstops Outfielders Heading into the 2022 baseball season, just 10 days away from opening day. Again, yours truly will be in the building tonight at the CLA. So if you're there, say what's up. Hoping to run into some great Gamecock fans. And, I do wonder what the crowd will look like tonight. I really do. I really do wonder what the crowd will look like tonight. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of Kentucky fans. They travel well. And, of course, with the way things are going for us, they will travel well. So I would expect there's going to be a very good turnout for them. I don't know about us. Robbie Davis actually just texts in and says, don't try to be me. You're not me. Go Gamecocks. To heck with Kentucky. Tough. Tough day to be Air Josiah. Tough day, my friend. Tough day. Even when Robbie Davis is calling you out. Tough day, guy. Tough day. Luke RJ, what do you think about Frank's in-game decisions so far? Is there anything you think he could do or change to have a better chance tonight? I think having Coos and Keyshawn a little bit more involved. I mean, I know there's, they only played like 16 minutes, I think, or something like that. So definitely having them more involved. I mean, they're two of our best players, man. I think our best starting five is with both of those guys in the lineup. So, yeah, have them in the lineup. That's what I would say. Have them in the lineup. Stephanie Lee, I appreciate the love and support. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a heck of a Tuesday. Again, I really am excited for the game tonight. I don't have a lot of hopes in regards to South kind of winning the game, but just getting back in the CLA, hanging out with Gamecock fans, getting to watch our team, it could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? Could be a lot worse. We get to watch a basketball game tonight, so we'll just see what happens. But Christian Carver says we're 3-2 against Kentucky at home since 2012 with Martin, and I don't know that doesn't mean anything, but still, well, I mean, we've won the last two, so yeah, I mean, listen, I'd love for those stats to somehow play in the game, and it gives our team, and maybe it does give our team some sort of confidence that they wouldn't have otherwise, but I just, when that ball is tipped, I don't really think it's gonna much matter. It's fun for us to talk about, it's fun for us to discuss, but I doubt a guy like Oscar Shebway or anybody else really cares about our successes over them at Colonial Life Arena. What's crazy in the series, by the way, guys, we've beaten Kentucky 13 times. And 9 of those wins have come in Columbia. So if there's anywhere we're going to beat them, it's going to be at home. Luke RJ, who are the best players off the bench? I would say A.J. Wilson. I guess it depends on who starts the game, but, I would say I think Woodley's played really well when he's gone in. I like Chico Carter. I like Jacoby Wright. So, we got some decent players. But I think we're going to be a bit outmanned tonight, my guy. I think we're going to be a bit outmanned tonight, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really tough. Really tough. Really, really tough tonight, my guy. Really tough. But again, guys, we're about to get out of here really quickly. A couple quick updates. Again, guys, tomorrow night we're live at Tin Roof 6 to 8. Watch party this weekend at Carolina Ale House in Augusta, Georgia for the Georgia game. Tip-off for that's at 2 o'clock. And, of course, tonight, like I told you guys, we'll be in the arena. We'll be in the building. Looking forward to it. Tip-off at 7 on ESPN, by the way, in case you did not know. A nationally televised game. So you'd like to see us put up a fight in a nationally televised game, but we'll see what happens. What else? Podcast, like I said, dropped this morning, guys. Again, we're rocking and rolling with the pod, the Daily Crow, all week long. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. We've also got fantastic written content on our website. So, again, would love to have you guys check that out. Going to be really, really great, man. We've got content absolutely rolling. Outside of that, yeah, we're meeting with Carolina Ale House today in about 30 minutes or so, actually, to execute some game plans. And really excited, man, with the tailgates upcoming and baseball season and just everything we're doing, watch parties, and a lot of positive momentum around the business, around the content, around everything we do. And again, guys, thank you so much for your love and your support. Without you guys, we could not do it. So again, hey guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all so much. Again, check out the podcast. Stay tuned to all the content. Go Cox. Beat Kentucky. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and we will talk to you